Movie begins and we see a village in South Africa. A man named John is walking on the lakeside. Suddenly he sees some girls are bathing in the lake. John keeps looking at one of the girl named Jackie. She is bathing and doesn't notice John. After a while Jackie looked back at John with strange look and suddenly Jackie goes under the water and disappears. John starts walking after that. In the next morning John is walking in front of his house. Suddenly he hears a crying noise. He starts following the noise he hears from a boat. He checks and finds a young girl inside the boat. John recognized her from yesterday when she was bathing in the lake. John asks her why your eyes are so red. She said she fight with someone. Jackie tells John to leave her alone, and she doesn't want to talk. John tells her that he can put some ice on her eyes. However, Jackie doesn't listen and gets angry at John and tell him to leave her alone. John tells Jackie that he only wanted to help. Jackie was crying and seemed like she don't want to trust anyone. Jackie asks John about his head injury. John says that it's none of your business, and John asks Jackie about her wounded eye and says who she had fought with, and who punched her in the eye. Jackie is angry and says maybe it's you who did this to me, because she is telling John to leave and he doesn't listen. John replied that he only wanted to help her to put some ice on her eye. John further says that he can give her some money if she needs it. Jackie tells John to get her wine bottled and give her 500, otherwise she will start shouting and tell everyone that John tried to do bad things to her. John gets scared and agrees to buy her a vine. John goes to the liquor shop to buy wine for Jackie. After some time John buys a vine and comes back to the boat. However, Jackie is not present there. John goes back to his house. On the front door he sees Jackie's hat hanging. John looks everywhere and calls Jackie but he couldn't find her. The following morning John goes to the beach and sees a young girl in a swimming suit, which reminds him of his dead daughter. John goes into flashbacks and feels happy after imagining the girl as his daughter. Later in the evening John sits on the beach and thinks about his family. Suddenly John sees Jackie with her father and her brother. John tries to talk to Jackie and asks about her eye, but Jackie doesn't respond because of scared. John tells Jackie that her hat is in his house and she can take it back. Ralph asks Jackie about John and how she knows him. Jackie doesn't answer her father and leaves. It seems like she hates her father. At night Jackie's father goes to John's house and invites him to dinner because Jackie had told her father how John tried to help her. The next day John goes to Jackie's house for dinner. Ralph said Jackie to call her brother. After some time they all start having dinner. Ralph is very religious and does everything according to religion. Meanwhile Jackie's brother is playing with his food. Ralph gets angry and tries to hit Jackie's brother. However, Jackie starts arguing with her father and tells why are he always shouting at his kids. Jackie gets angry and tells John to let's go to his house. Meanwhile John doesn't understand anything and leaves the house with Jackie. After some time John and Jackie are walking in a jungle. It's a village and that's why people live here less. Jackie asks John for a cigarette. John asks Jackie if her father knows about her smoking. Jackie takes a cigarette from John and says she doesn't care about her father. John tells Jackie why she does things to annoy her father. Jackie in anger says that John didn't know anything about her family. John tells her that you can share it with him. Jackie calms down a little. She sits as if she wanted to share her pain with someone and John seems the right person. Jackie tells John that a few months ago there came a robbery at her home. The robbers tried to get intimate with her, and at that moment Jackie's mother tried to save her from the robbers. However, she got shot by the robbers and was dead on the spot. That's why her family is so disturbed. Jackie gets emotional while telling her story. Jackie sees a mark on John's head and asks him about the mark on his head. John tells her that one day he was driving with his family and suddenly he slept while driving, and that's why they had an accident in which his daughter and wife died, while he was alive despite many injuries. John considers himself responsible for the death of his family. Jackie gets very emotional after hearing John's story. Later John and Jackie are at John's house, so Jackie can get her hat back. John starts searching for Jackie's hat while Jackie goes inside the bedroom. John finds the hat and goes to the bedroom to give it to Jackie. Meanwhile Jackie is laying and seems like she is attracted to John. John gives Jackie her hat. Jackie asks John if he is single. John replies that he is indeed single. Jackie asks John if she can stay here with him at his house. John replies no. Jackie gets a little upset because she is attracted to John. Meanwhile John goes out of the room. After a moment, Jackie comes out of the room without any clothes because she is so attracted to John, and wants to get intimate with him. However, John is shocked to see Jackie like this. John throws a sheet at her to cover herself. Jackie gets very disappointed and tells John that he doesn't want to touch her because she was raped. Jackie starts crying and said that a few days ago when she was crying in the boat, that day her father had punched her in the eye. Jackie says that her father is abusive and beat her every day. John gets a little emotional because Jackie has been going through so much difficulties. John comes and hugs Jackie. On the other hand, Jackie assumes that John is ready to get intimate, and she starts kissing him. John stops her and after a while, John dresses her and asks her to leave and go home. Jackie doesn't want to go, but after John insists Jackie to leave, The following day Jackie comes to John's house with her servant and apologies for her behavior last night. After some time the servant leaves John and Jackie alone at the house. Now Jackie again apologizes to John for her behavior, and John forgives her. Jackie asks John for hiking and John agrees. Later in the day John and Jackie go for a hike. Jackie is disturbed because of her past assault, while John is disturbed because of his family's death. Both have no one to share their pain. However, now in this forest they get each other. While walking, a police officer stops Jackie because he knows her. The police officer asks Jackie about John. Jackie tells the police officer that John is my father's friend. The police officer leaves. Jackie and John start hiking. John is older than Jackie and that's why Jackie hikes faster while John is struggling. However, John is happy because after a long time he is with someone who understands him. On the other hand, Jackie is also very happy because John is the only man who doesn't want to take benefits of her, and that's why they both start liking each other. After some time John reaches the top of the forest. Jackie starts telling that John, after the night of her assault, her father told her that if she hadn't worn the skirt the robbers would never do that to her. Father thinks that because of Jackie, the robbers shot her mother. Jackie further says that her father is conservative and orthodox. Her father doesn't like Western culture. On the other hand, Jackie is open-minded and wants to do something good with her life. Jackie asks John if he can take her with him to some other country. Jackie gets emotional while talking. John consoles her. Meanwhile, Jackie starts kissing his hand. Seems like she wants to get intimate. John tells her, so let's get out of here before it's dark. They start going back. After walking a little, John and Jackie sit down for some rest. At that moment, they start looking at each other and get intimate and play 1 versus 1. However, in this empty forest, John hears some people in a boat fishing, and to his bad luck it's Jackie's father and brother. John and Jackie both run away from there. John goes home and starts packing, because he is scared that anyone knows about Jackie and his relationship. Ralph might do something to him. At that moment, John sees Ralph in his house and worried he assumes that Ralph knows everything. However, Ralph invites John for a dinner and tells him he can leave tomorrow in the morning. John gets happy and agrees. Later at Jackie's house, John is having dinner with Jackie's family. John says that he will leave this village tomorrow. Jackie doesn't want John to leave. She starts playing with John under the table with her feet, while telling John to stay in the village. However, John doesn't listen and says that he will leave for Durban tomorrow morning. Jackie replies to him and says, why do you want to go there? Are you intending to get married again? Jackie is angry and tells John that even if he got someone, he has to hide his face because he is so old. Jackie is angry because John is leaving. That's why she starts insulting John just so she can stop him from leaving. Ralph apologizes to John for Jackie's behavior. John leaves and goes to his house. The following morning Jackie goes to John's house. Jackie couldn't control herself after last night. John thinks that he is going in any way he can get intimate one last time. And they get intimate while they are there. It seems like someone is watching them from outside. After a while suddenly Jackie's servant comes into John's house and calls Jackie. Jackie. Servant was the one watching them from outside. Jackie comes down while John looks from the top of the floor. The servant looks at John with a strange look. John and Jackie are scared because now Ralph will know about their relationship. John starts packing in a hurry to leave this village. Suddenly Ralph comes into John's room. Ralph tells John that his son is missing and he should stay a few days to help him find his son. John agrees and stays. They start searching for Jackie's brother. After searching everywhere they don't find him. Jackie is upset and put the missing posters in the village. On the other hand, John is walking. Suddenly the police officer stops his car and gives John a lift. While driving, the police officer tells John that he likes Jackie. They were best friends so he can talk to Jackie about his marriage, because the police officer loves her for a long time. John replies that's not the right time to say anything about marriage because her brother is missing and she is worried. John gets out of the car and starts walking. On the other hand, Jackie and her father are searching for Jackie's brother. However, he is aware to be found in the end. They assumed that he might have run away from his family, and will never come back. Jackie and her father get very upset. John goes to Jackie's house to tell her father that he is leaving tomorrow. John sees Jackie sitting with the police officer and gets a little upset. Later in the day, John is bathing in the lake. Suddenly Jackie comes there and starts bathing with John. In the lake, John asks Jackie why is she here. Jackie says that she doesn't want to live here, and asks John to take her with him. She further says that she doesn't want to live with her father. John doesn't say anything, and at that moment the police officer comes to check. Jackie gets out of the water and her father also comes there, and sees them together. Ralph gets so angry. John tells them that he was just bathing, there is nothing between them. Ralph doesn't believe him. The police officer is also angry at John because he loves Jackie. John asks them to let him wear his clothes. However, Ralph is angry and doesn't listen. The police officer points his gun at John, while Ralph picks up a plank of wood and hit John in the head. John finds an opportunity and runs away. John gets hurt while running in the forest. Somehow he reaches home. John sees that his door was opened and there is a wild baboon in his house. Ralph comes and starts fighting with John. They both get hurt badly while fighting. Suddenly the baboon attacks Ralph and wounds him badly. John picks up a rod because he knows the baboon is wild. John kills the baboon by hitting him with a rod. At that moment Jackie and the police officer come to John's house and see Ralph in bad condition. The police officer takes Ralph while Jackie is shocked to see her father and John in such a bad condition. John comes out to help the police officer to sit Ralph from the police car. Ralph is wounded and the police officer is taking him to the hospital. John tries to talk to the police officer while he points his gun at John and tells him to leave the village right now or he will shoot him right here. Well, Jackie is confused and doesn't say anything. The police officer tells Jackie to sit in the car. Jackie doesn't understand anything and looks at John for a while because she loves him, and on the other side her father is wounded and tells her to come with him. Jackie sits in the car with a broken heart because John will leave the village, and she won't be able to see him again. John is supporting her decision because he knows what's good for her life. Jackie hugs her father and her father gets emotional and apologizes for all the restrictions. Jackie looks at John from the car window. The car starts to leave. Jackie is looking at John because she is still in love with him, but she cannot do anything to be with him. And the movie ends here. Thank you for watching this video. To support the channel, subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for supporting.